Hello Aquarius and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your What Do You Need to Know for July tarot reading, and your energy is the Star. So there's hope in the darkness. There might be a big wish and desire that you want to make. You really might be putting yourself out there and stepping up to the plate. Also, you might want to check your astrology for this month. All right, so what does Aquarius need to know for July? Wow. Holy moly. There is something you are putting off and completely ignoring, and it will not do you well, okay? But it's going to force you to switch up your situation, all right? So this has to do with something in the past. We've got the Emperor. This could be an Aries influence. It could be like a father or a father figure, or it could be, you know, you and your divine masculine, right? But yeah, it's usually likely to be an older male in your life, right? So it's kind of about that or the influence. It could be to do with your father. I mean, it's not like Father's Day wasn't really that long ago, so it might have brought some stuff up, to be honest. And remember, that card was the past. Right now, your energy is the Four of Wands, and in this deck, to me, it's so much like apathy, like having responsibilities and really just putting it off. Things are on the back burner. There also might be certain people in your life that you're responsible for. Maybe you are a father, or maybe you're feeling frustrated from the father of your children, that they're just not really, you know, having an active role, for example, and like being the man that you need them to be, for example, and you might not be that way. You could be the one who's apathetic and just like literally brushing so many things under the rug, being like procrastinating with things that are actually super important to have like a healthy family and home life. Okay, what you need to know is that there is a certain aspect of your life with the Ten of Wands where it's just like it's too much, you can't do it anymore, or this could be someone else. Someone else might have been picking up the plate, picking up your responsibilities. Remember, this could be an aspect of you, but I'm going to speak as if it is another person, okay? General readings, like I said. So someone else maybe has been bearing the brunt of your burdens and responsibilities, and they're actually going to approach you and say, hey, look, I can do this much. I'm still going to do most things, but I need for you to do more. And, you know, I feel like you might step up to the plate, right? But I think you're just going to do the bare minimum, to be honest. And it's going to put you in a very negative place. I feel you feel really negative about your relationship with this person. And to be honest, like, I feel like they're doing a lot more than you, to be honest, looking at this. And it might be the situation where, like, you know, sometimes people are like, well, I need you to do this, this, and this, and you don't do it straight away, so then they do it. So it's almost like they don't really give you a chance to, you know, take some of the responsibility. They shoulder things really quickly. Some people do that, so maybe that's why you feel resentful, potentially, because, you know, you're used to them just doing everything, and you get really annoyed because you don't want to have anything to do with this at all, or have anything to do with this person, but you know what? You're in this situation, okay? I feel like they are going to decide if they even like want to have anything to do with you, because they're just like, they cannot handle it anymore, and they know that. They haven't reached their breaking point, but they're really close. Let's get to this clarification cards for Aquarius. This could be to do with work as well, by the way, not just a relationship. That Emperor could be a boss. Yeah, I feel like the dynamic with your relationship is really not going to be very good. I mean, it's going to get worse before it gets better, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like you or the other person is kind of looking at things clearly, very emotionally detached. Like, if there ever was love and affection in this relationship, it was gone a while ago. I think that they're kind of looking at things from a higher perspective, and they're like, why am I doing all of the work? Why is this person not, like, picking up responsibilities? And again, it could be like you with yourself. Like, there might be certain things in your life that you are putting off, and it's making, like, we all have different parts within ourselves, and the part of you that's responsible might be getting really frustrated, right? Because sometimes when we relax, when we're procrastinating, we don't completely relax, because there's one part of us that's like, yeah, I'm relaxing, but then there's another part that's like in the back of our head, like, you need to do this, this, this. Do you see what I mean? So this also could be within yourself. I feel like, yeah, you just don't want to deal with the drama. And you might be very good actually at like coming up with complex rationalization and reasons as to why. Oh, well, you know, I'll just relax a little bit, or, oh, you know, I don't work good in the mornings, or, you know, stuff like that. You might just be kind of doing some mental gymnastics to come up with reasons as to why it's okay for you to put all of these things off. I think this person's going to get really frustrated, and they're actually going to have not like as angry as they could be, but they're going to get pretty angry and be pretty direct. They might start saying things that they might really start telling you off and be like really angry and upset with you. And to be honest, pretty much everything that they say is everything that they believe to be true, and a lot of it will be true, and it's going to be really hurtful. I don't think they're going to hold back. I think that they're not really going to be filtering themselves with their opinion of the situation, and it's going to hurt. And things are going to go potentially in a new direction, and I think there's going to be a lot of resentment and anger with you and this other person, to be honest. Please stick around for the advice cards, okay? I think that they're not going to tell you that they're actually like going to create a whole new situation. I think that they're trying to decide, like, should I keep this person in my life at all or not? Should this person still work here or not? Like, should they're really trying to think like kind of bigger picture, what do they even want to have anything to do with you or not? And they're not going to talk about it to you. They're just going to keep it to themselves. And I don't see a decision necessarily being made this month, possibly, but we'll see how it goes. And I think that it might have to do with something to do with the relationship with your mother. And this is something that I've noticed, and it might, just with a lot of people, so this might resonate with you, it might not. At the end of the day with these readings, they are general. You need to just go with your intuition and feel how it resonates with you, and then pick what feels right for you and what doesn't, okay? But one thing that I've noticed is a lot of mothers, especially a lot of single mothers, and let's say if you were raised by a single mother, for example, or a mother who did everything, maybe the dad was away working even if they were together a lot, oftentimes I find like moms will, the way that they treat a little child, they'll still treat that child when they're like a teenager and a young adult. So they'll still like cook and clean and do the laundry, but it becomes an expectation that certain people, authority figures in your life, because your mother is an authority figure, that you kind of have this expectation that like the other person needs to do it all. And I feel like that expectation you might put that on other people, like in your workplace or relationships, that's just how things are. And then when they're like, and maybe they do it for a time, but then they're like, okay, this isn't working for me, then you become resentful and angry because you don't want to do that. And I think that's something that you really kind of need to deep dive into. But you know, with this star card, I do see you transcending that. I do see you moving above it, okay? All right, so, and it could be the other way around, to be honest. You might be the one doing everything, for example. So yeah, just take this reading how it resonates with you. Let's get some advice cards for Aquarius for this situation. All right. The first advice card is better communication and direct communication about a particular topic. So like, I feel like you might be kind of avoiding the situation. You really need to actually start picking up the loose ends, am I saying that right? And actually just start communicating with this person, and just, you need to start talking about it. You can't just keep putting it off and ignoring them. Second advice card is you can approach with love and care and just try to be a little bit relaxed. You know, try not to take it too seriously. Let them, you know what I mean? And then the third advice card is the Ten of Swords, is like, this isn't going to last for you for very long anyways. Like, ultimately, this whole situation is quite stressful. It's going to get to a point where you're going to be like, okay, fine, I surrender. I can't stay in the situation. This card is a lot scarier looking than what it is. Swords are mental thoughts, normally. They're not actually this, and it's surrendering. It's like, okay, fine. You know, sometimes with a certain situation, you might try to control it, and then, but it gets so stressful that you're like, you know what, okay, fine, this is the situation, and you surrender to it, you accept it, it's a 10, that means it's the end of a cycle, and then you can move on and you can transcend it, okay? And then the fourth advice card, we've got another 10. This does need to finish, okay? And this other person is showing up as the 10 of Wands, and again, it could be another aspect of yourself, but they're doing too much, and it's not fair, and it's not right, and it's definitely not sustainable. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That's all in the description below. Thank you so much to everyone who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented, all that good stuff. Honestly, like, it helps me out so much. I'm a new channel. I'm just a little channel, so literally it helps me out so much, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate every single one of you who especially made it to the very end, and for that, you get a secret bonus card. All right. Six of Cups. I feel like this has to do potentially with your relationship with your siblings or your family when you were little. This is the nostalgia card. It comes from your childhood, so you might want to reflect on that, okay? Have a great month. Bye.